Shalom. First and foremost, number two, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Wadash. Make a double honor to the elder apostles, the great millstone who rule well, and salutations of much love. The rest of you sincere occupant, fishing the word and truth and sincerity. Yahweh, the true powerful name of the Heavenly Father, which means He is. Yahweh Shai, being the true name of His only begotten Son, which means He is. The one who people in this world English call Jesus Christ. Wakakwadash, the Holy Spirit, okay? All right, this is the Cleric Azar coming at you with another lesson. I'm going to get right into it. Found this little, I just found this online just yesterday, and it really resonated with me. I'm just going to read it here, and I'm going to hopefully just go with it and take it to where the Spirit takes it, okay? Let me read this, all right? To all the young boys, it's okay if you never caught a body. Now, if you don't know what that means, it's so interesting how lingo changes over the years. But basically saying it's okay if you never killed somebody. It's okay if you never had a bag from hustling in the streets and you work a job. Yeah, I could be kind of depressing right now, you know, as a young boy, which I'm not. But I do remember in the past and in the present how women like to view men, especially when you look at these kind of videos I got on, well, it's not even on WorldStar, but it's on YouTube as well, but talk about how women, they do the little survey on the street. They go around asking Jake women, you know, what kind of man they prefer, a 9-to-5 guy or a guy selling drugs. And it's such a shame that the amount of women that, you know, they want the drug dealer over a six-figure doctor. I was like, wow, like, you know, girls don't want doctors anymore. And I'm gonna go into that later on. Let me keep on reading here. It's okay if you rather play sports than do drugs. Oh, that's a good one there too. People that are in sports that want to do drugs, and you got people that do drugs that want to do sports. You know, they can't do it because they do too much drugs. You know, and so I'm keep on reading here. If you can live life versus your opponent or somebody you got beef with, or you know, feds, you winning. Don't let nobody tell you different, king. Yeah, and I remember it was a brother from GMS Houston. He said it clear as day back in around 2012 or so. He was like, "Hey man, this gangster stuff's getting played out." And it really is, man. Just read. Gangsters looking around, and they want to be gangsters really, because if you think about organized crime, they're on a whole other level than these other Jakes. Even if you want to bring up Frank Matthews or Frank Lucas, but this video is not about that. It's gotten to a point where we just, and I was there too. I mean, you know, you don't know anything about Israel. You're not taught anything about your church doesn't teach you, and you go out and you're with your friends and so forth, and they talk about what's cool and what's not and so forth. You got the music playing, and you sitting there and you trying to be an adolescent, you trying to grow, and it's so hard to teach kids what is right because of what they see on television, radio, and now, of course, now social media. Okay, so it's like this little post says, man. You know, now that you know the truth, be appreciative that it's been that you've been awakened, but you know, it's also be thankful and appreciative that you got to this point, because with all these particular traps that were set up, you know, and I remember being there. I remember, you know, going to school and predominantly Amalek neighborhood, you know, so the J people, they basically had to get bussed in, you know, and sometimes, you know, when and then what they also would do, they would take the Amalek and bust them out to a whole nother school, you know, while the J kids just stayed there. So It's all about separation. It shows you, hey, they know to separate. How come we don't? We want to integrate, and they're trying to separate. So, because hey, being around an ignorant person is not a really good thing. You should know, especially if you're in the truth. But when you didn't know the truth, you had all these obstacles. And I remember being in middle school, and I was trying to tell this kid about prophylactics. And if you don't know what a prophylactic is, it's a condom, and it's different methods of birth control. But I was trying to tell this kid, and man, this might have been 1988, 1987. This is way before that phrase came out. Way before. This is right when the crack epidemic just started destroying the community. It was when we were talking about having sex. Kids are. We're entering puberty and so forth. 12, 13, so forth. And we were talking about girls and because I don't want to look them up and find out what happened, because I was all the way back in 1987, 1988. But I'm just so thankful and appreciative that my parents taught me certain things that I knew were right. And it wasn't that I went out into the world and went out into start listening to Two-Third Cats, even though I didn't know anything about One-Third, Two-Third. I didn't know anything about Israel. In a way, I did, because I was raised around Amalek. All right, so I remembered hearing about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I remember hearing about the rules of the world, things like that. The Messiah come back and so forth like that, and putting the Israelites in power. I remember that kind of stuff. So it always questioned me, and I was like, Dad, Dad, I wish I was an Israelite. And then later on, finding out that I was, and meanwhile, these people weren't apostles. But I'd say that for another video. But anyway, these Amalek people are the ones controlling the narrative of what you people think you are to be. That's why when you turn on the television, you turn on the radio, you think you're just gangsters. You think you gotta kill, steal for what you got. Meanwhile, it was Esau Edom, the one who was stealing and killing the whole entire time. He was the guy behind the curtain pulling the strings. But ultimately, it's the Heavenly Father on the left-hand side controlling this devil, okay? But, once you come into these young kids coming up, yeah, and I know how it feels, you want to get a girl and so forth, and, she's too busy looking at the gangster on the street, or girl wants the bad boy, and she doesn't want the, the guy that's a 9-to-5 that doesn't have a criminal record, has good credit. She doesn't see the potential with that, The drug dealer, he currently has it right then and there. He has the money, he has the freedom, but she ain't taking into account, all the cons. She's just looking for money and freedom, Forget about all those years in jail. Forget about, having to bail people out. Forget having he probably got other girls on the side. They don't factor that all in. These females deal with emotions. Okay, it's like, but this post, as you can see, right to the beginning, it says, to all the young boys, It might look cool, but it ain't worth it. If you can live life without having to worry about officer feds, you winning. Don't let nobody tell you different, King. And yeah, man, come on, who wants to go to jail? Who wants to go to prison? Who wants to be dead? You're in the barbershop and you got somebody you got beef with coming in and shooting at you. Like, it's, you out there trying to go to the mall, or you out there trying to just live your life, and you doing something stupid and somebody's trying to kill you. Like, come on, man. There's no reason. You got to deal with it. And but for these young kids, when you're asking questions and how you're doing this, and hey, I don't know about their house, but for my house, hey, we're going to serve the Lord. I just tell that to my brother, around the same time, 10, 12 years ago. And it's just an obstacle. Hey, but hey, ultimately, the elect's not going to be trapped. They're going to get through all these little things, okay? And for the ones that do get killed or executed in the work or die in the work, hey, they're going to be the first. It was just said, hey, so with so many things going on in this day, and it's like, we can forget about having that big brother, big sister attitude. Not saying that. I'm talking about the program itself, where Because at one point I was going to join Big Brother, Big Sister to go out and try to help the community, help out their brothers and stuff. But it's getting to a point where, it's like, man, forget about the community, man. It's all about the elect. All right, because these people, specifically the 2/3, are going to be destroyed. They're going to have to die on this side and come back into the kingdom, in the 5th kingdom, which is the kingdom of heaven. Okay, so hey, I mean, we're almost out of here. I know, and this little stupid stuff is, you know, as far as the our people, a lot of them don't have a good man in the house. We're at the end. Because Yahweh Shah, he's the ultimate father and mediator, you know. Of course, he has Yahweh, his father, all right, which is the ultimate creator. But hey, you know, Yahweh Shah is our mediator, and you know, he directed the steps of a lot of people in this world. So that's what we're going to need to have happen, especially when Jacob Trouble heats off, all right, because there's gonna be a lot of people out there that don't know the difference between right and wrong, and never were raised to know the difference between right and wrong, and they're not gonna have any remorse about the things they're gonna be doing to get the things that they need or want. All right, so I just wanted to bring that out there. I just saw this post and I was like, oh, I can make a lesson out of this, because I tell you, you know, it's so terrible to be faced with those kind of things as a young boy. You have no idea about your identity, and next thing you know, you find out, if you find out, you know, and you look back at all the stupid stuff that you went through, and it's like, this stuff's not cool. There's nothing funny about this stuff. You know, listen to music about killing each other, and listen to music about committing adultery. There's a lot of Jake in the world to think that's just all their life is, you know. But hey, this post said it all. I just wanted to expound on it and share that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, who gives me the strength and the spirit to continue to strive and endure in these last days. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and on to the next video.